Hello and welcome back. All right, so in this lesson, we're going to take a look at two different tools that are located up here in the toolbar. And the first one is the crop tool, and then we'll take a look at the straighten tool. So let's go ahead and start with the crop tool first, which can be accessed via this icon right here, or you can use the keyboard shortcut, which is the letter C. Now you'll notice there's a little arrow right here in the crop tool icon as well, and that's letting us know there's additional tools within this particular tool. And when we click and hold our mouse button down, we're going to get this drop down menu of additional options. So we have aspect ratios to choose from. We can also create our own custom aspect ratios. We can constrain to the image. We can show an overlay, and then we can reset it back to the original crop. So by default, you should have normal selected, which will allow you to click and drag out a custom crop. And you can see what the crop is going to look like with the dancing ants or the marquee box that you see right now. So it's basically a free transform tool in the sense of your cropping when set to normal. Once I release, I will then see my grid overlay that's going to be part of the crop. Anything faded out on the outside of this box will not be in the image any longer and will be cropped out. Now, if you prefer to stay within a specific crop aspect ratio, then you're going to want to select one of these options. 1:1 is going to give you a square crop. 2:3 should match your image. And as you can see, as I bring the crop tool out, it matches the exact size of the image. So 2:3 would be the option I would want to choose if I want to keep the same aspect ratio that this particular image was shot in. And then the other aspect ratios will give you different types of ratios from which to make your crop from. Another popular crop aspect ratio you might want to use is 4:5, which would be similar to creating an 8:10 print or a 16:20 print, and that would be the ratio you would want to choose for that size of a print. And then you always have the option of creating your own custom aspect ratio from which to choose. So you can type in the ratio from this dialog box right here, and then it will list that custom ratio within this drop-down menu as well. So right now we have a horizontal crop, and if I click and hold one of these corners and move it in, it will allow me to change from a horizontal crop to a vertical crop. So that just gives you another option from changing your crop for a particular image from horizontal to vertical or vertical to horizontal. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our straighten tool, which can be accessed right here or with the keyboard shortcut, which is the letter A. I'm also going to change to this image here so we can straighten it out. So right now we can see the horizon is a little crooked. So in order to straighten it out, we select our tool, then we click in an area of the image and we draw the line along the horizon to straighten it out. And it's also going to pick the aspect ratio that you last used. So if you want to choose a different aspect ratio, do it now before you commit to that new realignment. I'm going to go ahead and increase this crop so we can get more of the image back in. So I'm just clicking and dragging the corners in or out to resize that crop. And then to commit to that new alignment in that crop, I'm going to hit my return key or my enter key, and then the image is straightened out. We can then go back and clear our crop and set it to the original crop. So if we have a landscape that is crooked, again, just select the tool, click and drag along the horizon, and it's going to straighten out that image for you. All right, so that's it for our crop and straighten tool. In the next lesson, we're going to take a look at the transform tool.